Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Enlightening, text 19 and text 20 of chapter 7. Scheduled incarnations with specific functions of second canto, the cosmic manifestation of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 19. Tubhyam cha narada, bhrusham bhagwan vivruddha, bhaven, sadhu paritushta, uvacha yogam, jnanam cha bhagavatamatma, sa tattva deepam, yada vasudeva sharana, viduran ja saiva. O Narad, you were taught about the science of God and his transcendental loving service by the personality of Godhead in his incarnation of Hamsavatar. He was very much pleased with you due to your intense proportion of devotional service. He also explained unto you lucidly the full science of devotional service, which is especially understandable by persons who are souls surrendered unto Lord Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead. The devotee and devotional service are two correlative terms. Unless one is inclined to be a devotee of the Lord, he cannot enter into the intricacies of devotional service. Lord Shri Krishna wanted to explain the Bhagavad Gita, which is the science of devotional service, unto Shri Arjun, because Arjun was not only his friend but a great devotee as well. The whole process is that all living entities, being constitutionally parts and parcels of the Supreme Living Being, the Absolute Personality of Godhead, have proportionately minute independence of action also. So the preliminary qualification for entering into the devotional service of the Lord is that one become a willing cooperator, and as such one should voluntarily cooperate with persons who are already engaged in the transcendental devotional service of the Lord. By cooperating with such persons, the prospective candidate will gradually learn the techniques of devotional service, and with the progress of such learning, one becomes proportionately free from the contamination of material association. Such a purificatory process will establish the prospective candidate in firm faith and gradually elevate him to the stage of transcendental taste for such devotional service. Thus he acquires a genuine attachment for the devotional service to the Lord, and his conviction carries him on to the point of ecstasy just prior to the stage of transcendental love. Such knowledge of devotional service may be divided into two sections, namely preliminary knowledge of the nature of devotional service and the secondary knowledge of its execution. Bhagavatam is in relation with the personality of Godhead, his beauty, fame, opulence, dignity, attraction and transcendental qualities which attract one towards him for exchange of love and affection. There is a natural affinity of the living entity for the loving service of the Lord. This affinity becomes artificially covered by the influence of material association, and Srimad Bhagavatam helps one very genuinely remove that artificial covering. Therefore, it is particularly mentioned herein that Srimad Bhagavatam acts like a lamp of transcendental knowledge. These two sections of transcendental knowledge and devotional service become revealed to a person who is a soul surrendered unto Vasudeva, as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Such a great soul fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of Vasudeva is very, very rare. Text 20. Chakram cha dikshva vihatam dashasu swatejo manavantareshu manuvamshadharo bibharati दुष्टेषु राजसु दमम व्यदधात् स्वकीर्तिं सक्ये त्रिपृष्ठ उशतिं प्रथयंश चरित्रैः. As the incarnation of Manu, the Lord became the descendant of the Manu dynasty and ruled over the miscreant kingly order, subduing them by his powerful wheel weapon. Undeterred in all circumstances, his rule was characterized by his glorious fame, which spread over the three lokas and above them to the planetary system of Satyalok, the topmost in the universe. We have already discussed the incarnations of Manu in the first canto. In one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus changing one after another. In that way, there are 420 Manus in a month of Brahma and 5040 Manus in 1 year of Brahma. Brahma lives for 100 years according to his calculation, and as such there are 5,04,000 Manus in the jurisdiction of one Brahma. There are innumerable Brahmas, and all of them live only during one breathing period of Mahavishnu. So we can just imagine how the incarnations of the Supreme Lord work all over the material worlds, which comprehend only 1/4 of the total energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Manvantara incarnation chastises all the miscreant rulers of different planets with as much power as that of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who punishes the miscreants with his wheel weapon. The Manvantara incarnations disseminate the transcendental glories of the Lord. Hare Krishna.